Thank you very much, MATRIC+NATED specialist, and sure that you are hitting the subscription button. And then today we have a first additional language, which is the Lake of the East. This is the questions and the answers. Please refer back to the previous list. This is the answer because of we have discussed the content. We will not discuss reading. You know that we have broken it down from the previous module and what it means. And then, or the topic of the poem is then we are saying that it is reads as follows: I will arise and go now, and go to innsfree, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, alone in the beloved glade. So basically, what is happening here in the poem, you'll see that there's a repetition of the word I will go now. But the speaker now of the poem, he wants to go to the innsfree. He wants to go small cabin. Can you see on the second line? This small cabin must be built there. So he wants something that is small that would contain his life or alone. We can make an example. If you retire and you would want to go to a place where there is peace and harmony, and there he wants only a small cabin and want to engage with nature. But we can see now from this line of honeybee, so we can see that he said that he wants peace. But what is ironic, or what is irony there, is that he is looking for the noise that can be exerted by this honey. He wants to live alone, and he wants only the loudness of the bee. Then in line 5, I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight, all a glimmer and a purple glow. So we can see that in stanza 2, what he wants, it is to be a living. And we can see that the only thing that can make noise is the cricket sings at the midnight. So that is what right. And if we are moving on, let us read again line 8. And the evening of the linnet wings, I will arise and go, for always night and day I hear the lake shore. And then in line 11, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement gray, I hear it in the deep heart soar. So you can see that there is a sound that is making a place and the rhyming of this sound. Like I hear the water lapping and the sounds of the shore. So there's a repetition now of what is taking place by that particular time. And we can clearly see that it is indeed evident. Then we go again to 7.1. It says here, give a detailed description of the structure of this poem. So what we want, remember I've told you about the structure of the poem. We want a detailed description based on the structure of line 2. And a small and wattles made. Describe the speaker's plans by using your own ways. So we want the structure of the poem. And then we can see that this is 7.1. We are saying that the poem consists of 12 lines and is divided into 3 quatrains. The quatrains is the what? Is the paragraphs. The rhyming scheme is A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F. You get your 2 marks. Very, very, very easy. And then refer to line 2 and a small weight in your own weights. Remember that we said that he wants to build a small cabin. He wants to build from the wattles. He wants to build a small shack where he can have some peace. So let us suggest there in the onwards we can say that the speaker plans to build a small shelter or a cabin using basic material like clay and wattles, which is available on the island. You get your 2 marks. On again, we can have some other question in 7.3. Refer to line 4 and it reads as follows. They explain the irony in this line. Remember that I've said to you that he wants to live alone, but he will accept, he wants peace, no noise, but he will accept the bees when they are playing in the morning. And then we are saying now, explain the irony. So remember the irony, what is ironic about the speaker's thought? And then if we are moving on again, we can see that 7.3, And this is the answer. So we are saying that it is ironic which survive in large family or group or a colony. Remember that he said that he wants to live alone, but it's ironic to such an extent that he wants to leave home. He wants to survive alone, yet he still survives with the large family that is living on the group, on the population density is very, very, very large. All right. So that is ironic, you get your mark. In 7.4, they say, refer to line 10. I hear the lake by the shore. You identify the figures of speech in this line and explain why these figures of speech is effective. 7.4. So we want to identify the figures of speech and why is it effective. And then we are saying in 7.4, we can see that 7.4a, we are having the alliteration, and then we are saying the significance. It is that there's a repeated use of the letter I in recreates the sound made by the waves. Remember that when the wave is moving, it is also making some sound significant. All right. And then we go again. We are in 7.5. That's core. It says identify the tone the speaker would use in this. Why would the speaker use this tone? We want to identify the tone, and we want to know why the speaker would use speaker here is using the tone of is dreamy and wistful. Is dreaming and wistful. Why is using speaker is said because he longs. It means he's having some sense of something for the island, but at present it is only a dream. So he wants to go there, it's a plan, but at that particular time, that all right. And then when we are moving on again, we can see that we are in the other now question in 7.6. 7.6, we are having the question, and it says here, one of the themes in this poem is the tranquility of nature. And then in 7.7, the speaker paints a lifelike picture of the island. Discuss your view in that marks. So we want the theme of tranquility and the general view which we have been asked to discuss here. All right. And then here, the theme of the tranquility of nature should include the following points. The speaker's views at the Lake Eastleigh of the innsfree. That is what is correct. Number 2, it is a space to find the solitude and to connect with nature. Number 3, the speaker describes the calm by looking at the different times of the day, dropping slow in the morning, glimmer at midnight, purple glow at noon, and the linens in the evening. Then you get your marks. And then if ever we are moving on again, we can see that we have to note here, the interpretation must be grounded in the poem. You must be open theme here that you are describing, you are saying, if ever you are saying yes, in terms of discussing, he describes a picture of relaxing activity that will occupy him. He refers to insects and birds like bees and crickets and linnets. He creates the sound waves. And then if ever you are saying no, you are saying he does not consider his friends and family who might miss him. He remains in the city, which proves that he prefers the city. His descriptions are not ancient enough to make so based on this mark, you will be allocated on what you have written, but cannot give you marks, but you must substantiate your answer, and your interpretation must be grounded on this specific text of the poem. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much. Hit the subscription button and share to those who are concerned.